Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is the Ummah Stands with Faraz and Shamil. Hoping everyone is good today, alhamdulillah, on this 20th night of Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum, brother Shamil. How are you today?
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, but actually very sad that the fact that this Ramadan has gone by so quickly. How are
Subhanallah.
you, brother?
It is going very, 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 very fast. And today's topic is in pursuit of Laylatul Qadr. And because of the last 10 days are coming up, subhanallah, we are all realizing just how fast the days are going. And it's amazing that Ramadan is similar to how our life is. Just yesterday we were born, now we are busy living, and then a few days from now we'll be gone. Subhanallah, that's how quick life goes by. And I was just reading today, and some of the earlier scholars, they used to say that one of the reasons why Allah Azza wa Jal has, not specified which of the last 10 nights is Laylatul Qadr is so that we get reward for every single night. So for whatever little that you do or whatever you do on every single night, seeking Allah Azza wa Jal, you get reward. But if we had to know, for example, that it was on the 25th night, everybody would just wait for that night, and then, they'd exert themselves only that one night, and then the rest of the nights it would be like a normal night. So subhanallah, it's even a blessing for us that we have these 10 nights, because if you fail in the first night, you've got 9, 8, 7, 6. Subhanallah, I mean, so that's why it's so amazing. Brother Shumil, everybody says we've got to do extra ibadat in this last 10 nights, and we have to push ourselves. It's almost as if we get a bit lazy towards the end of Ramadan, and we have to work very much more harder now.
Subhanallah, subhanallah. Yes, indeed. It is of the utmost importance that we exert ourselves throughout the month of Ramadan. But I believe that because Laylatul Qadr being worth that of 1,000 nights, a night of power, we should be exerting ourselves extra in actively seeking Laylatul Qadr. And yes, we don't have a guarantee of whichever night it might be, but all the ibadat that you exert yourself in surely will amount to something, inshallah.
Subhanallah. You see, like Brother Shumil, the reason why I believe the night of Qadr is so important is because it's the night where Allah Azza wa Jal revealed the Quran. In Anzalna fi Laylatul Qadr. So today we're living in a world where Quran, we just recite it. We don't apply it. Quran came with a set of laws, of laws to govern us. So when we say in pursuit of Laylatul Qadr, we are pursuing also, living under the shade of the Quran, living under the laws of the Quran. When we say strive, today everybody just says, yeah, just do your ibadah. But nobody really looks at it from this aspect that, what, are we living by the Quran? Are we really living through the power of the Quran? Because what makes this night so powerful is because it's associated with the Quran.
Correct. And then once again, a very excellent point that you have raised there is that we read the Quran, but we don't understand it, we don't apply it.
Implement it.
Yes, we just simply recite it like any other book. I think we've lost the essence of the Quran. So we've lost the drive that the Quran is meant to give us, the spiritual upliftment that is rooted in the Quran has been lost because we're not understanding and applying the Quran in our lives. Personally, from my perspective, I know that there's a lot of Quran that is not implemented in my life.
Subhanallah. See, this is the thing, there's so many aspects to look at it. When these nights, everybody does different forms of ibadah that they feel they are good at, and alhamdulillah, our deen is like that Allah has given us zikr, Quran, salah, different forms, because He knows that we have different tastes. Each human being has different tastes that he likes. Some people like chicken, some people like fruit, some people like water, some people like juice. This is how Allah Azza wa Jalla has made us, and Allah has given us the different forms of ibadah. But it's very, very hypocritical nowadays that certain ibadat are just completely thrown under the brush, wiped away. And this is why the Ummah Stands is here, just to remind us, first and foremost ourselves, and everybody else, that subhanallah, there is certain ibadah like striving, which is jihad in the path of Allah, with your body, with your mind. This is what we do in Ramadan. We abstain ourselves from eating, we abstain ourselves from intercourse because of Allah Azza wa Jal. And similarly, in the month of Ramadan, if I'm not mistaken, it was on the 20th of Ramadan that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam conquered Makkah. He conquered it. Now, when you conquer a city, is because you militarily conquered it. And this happened in Ramadan. The Prophet was striving for the ummah. Striving not only in ibadat, because I'm sure he was doing that, but he was also physically, doing something for the ummah. Brother Shamwil, today also we've seen again oppression happening to Muslims again in Israel. Every day it happens. Subhanallah, it's very sad when we talk about Laylatul Qadr worldwide. Everybody talks about it, but then they neglect doing this. Because imagine if we had to strive for the ummah on these big nights, we could conquer places. But we don't think of it that way, do we?
First and foremost, I'd like you to please rephrase it. It is not Israel, it is occupied Palestine.
Occupied Palestine, subhanallah.
And if you look at it year in, year out, it has become almost a pattern, almost a norm that every Ramadan there is some form of onslaught against the Palestinians from the occupational forces that are known globally as Israel. And number one, we need to understand that Ramadan is a time when your iman is supposed to be getting boosted. It's a month in which Rahmah descends, in which Allah's mercy descends, in which the shaitans are chained. It's like you said, a month in which we mentally exert ourselves and we physically exert ourselves in the sense that we don't eat, we don't drink, we abstain from intercourse, etc., etc. But we are missing the essence of Ramadan, is that this is meant to be that faith booster to help us, like you said, strive to help the ummah.
And spread the message.
Correct. But yet, Ramadan comes, Ramadan goes, Laylatul Qadr comes, Laylatul Qadr goes, and yet Palestine falls more and more and more under the hands of the oppressor. Why? Surely we're doing something wrong.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. And then you see, this is the thing. If we just stop to reflect, like the way we're doing right now, we just stop to reflect, we just see what we're doing wrong. And that is that we're not applying the Quran. We're not applying that which Allah has given us for power. Subhanallah.
Yes, when we are very quick to find laws in the Quran to make us submissive to the current oppressive, imperialistic, fundamentalistic, atheistic system, but we are very lazy and very reluctant to apply other laws of the Quran that say, in a time of oppression, surely the need to fight, if it arises, must take your arms up.
Or to defend those that are oppressed, subhanallah.
When the call comes for it from any Muslim or any part of the world, so long as he says La ilaha illallah, call for help comes, it is our duty to respond. And why is it that only a select few of us respond? Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept the shaheed a very, very haughty status in Jannah. And for that reason, it takes a great level of iman to attain that level of Jannah, because it doesn't take a small amount of faith or a small amount of courage to go out actually into the battlefield, because we say day in, day out with every lecture we should be reading our salah as if it is our last, but understand that the people that are out in the battlefield currently, the mujahideen right now, every salah that they read, every tarawih that they read, every rak'ah that they read, every takbir that they read, is as if it is their last takbir, because they do not know when the next attack is going to come.
Oh,
surely they have surpassed us in the level of iman. But it took a great level of courage to first build up that iman for them to get out into the battlefield, and that is what Ramadan is for.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. It obviously it gives you a whole different flavor to your Islam. It's a totally different version of Islam to what we live, where we try to live a dual lives. We have our Islamic life, and then we have our Western life. So the Islamic life is usually confined just to some rituals inside the masjid, fasting, and that's it. And then that's a Jummah once a week, and that's about it. So subhanallah, you've raised I mean, there's no ways I could have said it better. You see, brothers and sisters, this is what we're talking about when we say in pursuit of Laylatul Qadr. You know, the power of Laylatul Qadr remains with us really throughout the whole year. I mean, we just have to turn to it, and that is the Quran. And like Brother Shamil says, if you look in the Quran, striving in the path of Allah is an ibadat that wallahi Allah reserves only for a few. And there is a reason why worldwide, even unfortunately within the Muslim themselves, they don't want to do it. They don't want to talk about it at all. They don't want to think about it. I mean, you look at the Palestinian issue, it's really something that every Western Islamic organization just accepts. You know, they just accept it. It's very, very, very sad. Very sad.
Sad is not even the word for it. We've allowed a genocide worse than the Holocaust that is broadcasted across the world. When, if you look at it, at the time when the Holocaust actually happened, there was not enough. There was, I think, a population of, if you can look at the numbers just don't add up. There could not have been that many Jews at the time in the world because the population was not that big. So, and yet, in today's current time, a situation even worse than the Holocaust is happening right under our noses, but we turn a blind eye.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. So,
the world was able to sanction South Africa for apartheid, but yet we fund. We don't just turn a blind eye. We
support
the genocide currently happening. And we now try and turn a blind eye to say, oh, well, if we can't wear Puma and we don't support them, what are we going to wear? Learn to make your own clothes. Why are you the slave to the system? Because the system has indoctrinated you into being a slave, to being submissive. And you will continue to be humiliated as long as you remain submissive to the system.
Subhanallah. Brothers and sisters, we're going to wrap up the podcast. We don't want to take up too much time. The final message from me and Brother Shamil for today is that really, subhanallah, we have the power, and that is the Quran. And let us use that to liberate the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know. And in these last 10 days, really don't forget to make a lot of dua for the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Palestine, in Turkmenistan, the Rohingya Muslims in Kashmir, in Yemen, worldwide, subhanallah. And don't limit it only to dua. Spread the message amongst your family, friends. Strive, bring about change, unite, connect. Inshallah, I mean, we can do a lot. The possibilities are endless, isn't it, Brother Shamil? We just have to make that small changes, you know. It's small changes. We can bring about big results for the Ummah.
Inshallah. With the qudrati, the power and the mercy of Allah, anything is indeed possible.
Subhanallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, I mean, Jazakallah khairan, and inshallah we'll podcast again soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.